Hey guys, it's Kara here from Kara Corey Fit Life, and I've been inspired with a healthy dessert option. I used to love going to Pizza Hut and getting their dessert pizza. Oh my god, it was so good. If you guys have had that, you know what I'm talking about. So today we're gonna make a healthier version of Pizza Hut's dessert pizza. So to get started, what I have here are these flat out multi-grain wraps that I'm gonna use as the crust. You could use a different type of wrap if you like, but what I suggest is finding a thicker type of wrap. A tortilla is probably gonna be a little bit too thin for you. So what I'm gonna do is make his and hers. I'm gonna make two of these. And what I've done is just taken one wrap and flipped it over to make it a little bit thicker. So I've got two of those here. And we're gonna bake these in the oven very quickly, and I've preheated the oven at 400 degrees. I'm gonna spray my wax paper so they don't stick. And what I'm gonna make is blueberry dessert pizza, but you guys can make whatever flavor fruit you want to add on there. You could do strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, you name it. So the first thing we're gonna do is add one layer of luscious frosting. And what we're gonna use for that is caramel macchiato epic gains for the frosting, because this stuff just makes a phenomenal frosting. So what I've done is I've taken one scoop of the epic gains and just mix some water to it. You don't want to go too overboard with the water, but with the epic gains it does stay nice and thick, see, luscious, like I talked about. So what we're gonna do is do one over there, one over here. Split this in half and just spread that across your dessert pizza. Make sure to get it all the way to the outside so you've got that frosting in every bite. Got a little bit left in here. Don't want to waste any gains. And then what you do is lick the spoon for free gains. Oh, don't count. Delish. Ooh, nice and sweet, I like it. But I'm still gonna add just a little sprinkling of Splenda on top of these babies. Optional, but a little extra sweetness for our dessert pizza. Okay. And then I am gonna add a little bit of cinnamon to this as well. I really just like the flavor combination of a little bit of cinnamon mixed with the blueberries and the flavors from the frosting. Just going nice and slow so I don't go overboard here. All right, so now that we've got that mixed in there, I'm going to add, I've got 30 grams, half a cup, not 30 grams, half a cup of frozen blueberries. I heated them up a little bit, and I'm just gonna do half on one pizza, half on the other. Just gonna go ahead and spread those out, kind of mix it up in the frosting, get the blueberry flavors all over. It doesn't have to be pretty, you guys. It's dessert pizza. You can like get crazy with it. Mix it all up in there. Even though you don't have a ton of blueberries to go on it, I don't want to go overboard with the actual blueberries, because then it's gonna get really heavy and filling. I want the flavors of the blueberries though, so I'm just kind of like mashing it up in there, so even if I take a bite of it and don't get that blueberry in my mouth, I'm still gonna get that flavor. All right, looks pretty good to me. Now this part is optional. What I'm gonna do for my half, Jason doesn't want this, what I'm gonna do for my half is do a little crumb topping that I already have mixed up in my bowl. And all I did was mix 10 grams of quick oats with 2 servings of this brown sugar blend by Splenda. Optional, you could use regular brown sugar if you want, or you could use Splenda. I added a little bit of spray butter in there too, just to kind of like wet it up and mix it up a little bit. If you don't have spray butter, you could do water. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add my crumb topping to my half. Get all the crumbs, all the sweetness. Okay. All right, so we're good to go. We're gonna go ahead and pop this in the oven, 400 degrees. I'm gonna put it in for about 5 minutes, but I want you guys to babysit it while it's in there because depending on what wraps you're using, and if you're only cooking 1 pizza, whereas I'm cooking 2, it may not take as long. We'll see you when it comes out. So I've got our dessert pizzas taken out of the oven, and the last thing that I'm gonna do is add some extra frosting on top. I've got a 1/2 scoop of vanilla MTS Whey. And what I'm doing is dropping that into a plastic bag that I cut a little hole down in the bottom corner to kind of use as a little froster. And then just go ahead and add as much frosting as you want. I'm kind of adding it to the end like a little crust, like that. And then you can just drizzle it on top. You could use a different flavor if you want. This just adds a little extra sweetness to dessert pizza because it's so sweet. I'm just gonna add like a little bit around the outside. And there is your final product on our blueberry dessert pizza. Hope you guys give this recipe a try. Get nice and creative with it. Tag me on Instagram if you guys try this video out and like it, this recipe, and keep checking back in a month.